Welcome to the Billionaire Lifestyle Podcast with your host, Emmett Muckles. Please visit iTunes, Stitcher, or emmettmuckles.com to listen to all the episodes for free.
Hey, happy day to you. This is Emmett Muckles with the Billionaire Lifestyle Podcast. Hey, here's the thing that I would ask for you to do. It's really simple. If you enjoy this podcast, if you think it has some value for you or for someone else, do one simple thing. When you're at work, when you're at the gym, when you're hanging out with your friends, do this one thing. So I know this guy, Emmett, who does the Billionaire Lifestyle Podcast. Let me see your phone because I want to show you how to download his show or at least listen to it. So if they have an iPhone, grab their phone, show them that little purple app for podcasts, and then look for the Billionaire Lifestyle Podcast with Emmett Muckles or Billionaire Lifestyle Podcast. And then show them some episodes because one of them is going to ring true with them, and then have them download it and say, when you get in your car or when you're going to the gym, check this out. When you get a moment, just put your earbuds in and check it out. If they're on Android, then here's what you do. You pull out their phone, open up the App Store, and you can download Podcast Addict for them, or you can download the Google app for podcasting now. Google has that in the Play Store, and do the exact same thing. Show them how to use the platform. Okay, that's done. So today on the show, it's just me. We're just talking. I'm just kicking it with you. And here's this thing that I realized, I'm a tech freak. I'm a gadget freak. I don't watch much television, but there is some deception going on. It's like the blind are leading the sighted. And what I mean by that is the things that you see online nowadays is specifically with the AI and all the technology that has moved forward and progressed to a level that we can't even imagine. And for those who know how to use it, they can give you an image of what you think is present, but it is not true. I was recently looking at these cool videos, makeup videos. Yeah, I was looking at makeup videos because they were really cool. But it was actually a deconstruction video. It was women taking makeup off so that you see how they actually look without the makeup. And now this was absolutely astonishing because it was Asian women, and the length they go through to look more European just blew my mind. They do things to contour their jaw. They add eyelashes, they add folds, they change their whole pallor from that brownish, that tannish, melanated color to more of a alabaster look. And it literally, they totally transform. They don't even look like the same individual when they're done. Put it like this. If this person committed a crime with makeup on, then took the makeup off, the police or whoever they committed the crime against could be standing right in front of them and they would not believe it's the same person. That's just one instance. And I was looking online at these webinars. So people are always trying to sell you something, but just because they're trying to sell you something doesn't mean that they are successful in what they're trying to teach you. And typically you want to find or be mentored by someone who's gone through it, had some success, and can impart the wisdom upon you. So you have to be very careful and very diligent in researching things that are online. You can't take them verbatim. And I'm going to give you this snippet that I ran into last week. I saw this item on Facebook. Someone was like, hey, this woman got really harassed by the police, and all she was doing, they wouldn't let her pray. And I looked at the story, and it seemed so legit that it was true that the police harassed this woman and wouldn't let her pray. Sorry about that. But that's only a portion of the story. That was like a segment of the story. But the real reason was because she had her radio extremely loud that was bothering her neighbors, and they weren't letting her pray because they were there to get her to turn the radio off. And she was like, I want to pray. They were like, you can do that in a minute, but we need you to address this scenario that people are calling us for so that we can move on. We never know the full story. If you're not there, you don't know the full story. And this is one of the reasons why I don't watch television like I used to. I used to just watch it aimlessly and just accept it for whatever input it was giving me. Now I don't, especially like the news or these information programs. They give you a slant on the story. They give you spin on the story. Journalism and information is so manipulated nowadays that I just can't trust it. And it's very true that we can't trust what our eyeballs see. We can't always trust what our ears are having put upon them. We have to go a little further for our own self and be responsible enough to delve just a hair deeper to find out where the information is coming from, who is presenting the information, and how valid they are with the information. This is so critical because it can change the tides of reality. This is crazy. Think about the last 3 years in life. There are things that have been manifested and we've only got the partial truth, but it's changed our reality because now people think in a different way. You can take this for whatever context you want to put it in. I'm not saying anything very specific, but I'm being quite general in our society now, is that we have to be diligent to pull or extract the truth or the best representation of the truth that we can find for ourselves so that we are not on some tangent that is not valid, especially when we are dealing with our own lives. So with the law of attraction, here's what we have to do. We have to have the best information so that when we start manifesting those things that are true to our own heart, mind, body, and soul, that it is valid. It is not on some pretense that is of a false narrative. So when you sit down and you get quiet with yourself and you start dreaming of those things that you want, and when you see someone who has inspired you, is it a true inspiration? Even if it isn't a true inspiration, you can't put so much into them, but they may present you with an ideology that you can bring to light in your own life. What I mean is this: start with the truth in yourself and look for the truth, the purest form of the truth, outside of yourself. So then you can be a very harmonious creature that is attracting all the good things that you deserve. Because we are human beings. We're spiritual beings having a physical experience. And that physical experience is all conjured through the mind. And I don't mean the thing that's the brain itself. I mean that energy source that is universal that can create anything. But you have to start with the truth. You have to start with what has substance and what is not ethereal, what's, just cloud-based, something that has very little value. You always start at the source. Hey, that rant is over. Remember, everybody, love is free. Love is unselfish, and love is kind. Unless you get your heart broke. But that's what it is. Anyway, do this. Spend some time with yourself. Spend some time in the mirror. Spend some time with your own body. Now, I say this just about every podcast because it's so important. We came into this earth as these unclothed beings from our mother's womb, and somehow through this colonized mind and this puritanical ideology, we've become ashamed of who we are. However you are, whether you're extremely skinny, whether you're extremely tall, extremely short, whether you're in the middle, but you just don't like how you measure up to the outside world, forget all that. Literally forget all that. You are a thing of beauty. You're a human of beauty. You are a being of beauty. And I need you to really recognize that. I'm going to tell it to you like this. It took a lot for you to get here. It took a great deal. It started off with two cells, a cell from a male and a cell from a female. They met and they said, okay, this can work out. And then they began to replicate. 30 days later, you were a billion cells. And that was just the beginning. That was just 30 days in. You were literally over a billion cells and you progressed from there. And you've turned into this beautiful human entity that can create life, create things out of nothing, literally out of energy in your head, and bring it into the real world. Think how powerful you are. So let all that other stuff go. Stop worrying about, I need to lose 5 pounds. If it's making you unhealthy and can shorten your life, of course, lose it. But don't stress out. Don't feel like you're less than because of your station from where you are now. Appreciate where you are and strive to be at the next level because you're a human being and you have that power. Love yourselves. And then, as you love yourself, remember what it feels like to not have the love of the outside world. So when you see someone else, treat them with that love that you want to experience. Till next time, peace.